Welcome to In Focus. I'm your host, Yesenia Taveras. Delaware Technical Community College Classic Upper Bound program is preparing high school students for college, all while making sure they improve their high school completion and college retention and graduation. Joining us now is the program director, Toni.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Welcome to the show. And also the educational training specialist, Bobby Graham. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is such a great program. I like to say I was actually a product of the program. When I was in high school, I got really involved with Del Tech's a talent search program and Upper Bound, and I loved the opportunity to stay on University of Delaware's campus. We were housed there throughout the summer. We took courses on campus. It really prepared me for what the university, attending a university would be like. So I want to get into that. So let us know now where this program is at. What is the Classic Upper Bound program all about?
So I'm also alumni at Upper Bound Classic.
Yay!
Yeah, but the one at Delaware Tech. So the same program I'm running is the same program that I'm an alumni of.
Okay.
This is our first year being back at Delaware Tech, so I'm extremely excited about bringing back all these great experiences that Upper Bound Classic can offer to our students. So our main goal is to work with high school students to get into college, and we follow them from the time they enter our program until they graduate from college. So it doesn't just stop where after they graduate from high school. We'll follow them, we'll still offer them support if they need it in college and so forth.
Okay.
This is a year-round program, so during the school year we have a student enrichment coordinator that will meet with the students bi-weekly. They'll go over their goals, go over what they should be doing to prepare for college at that time. And in addition, we also take college tours throughout the United States, and we do fun activities too, just to introduce them to new things.
Exposure.
Yes,
changes
very
everything.
important.
I remember when I went on my first college tour, because it's like, you know what university you want to go to, but not until you step onto campus, then you start to feel, okay, maybe I want to go to Del State University, or no, maybe I want to go to Morgan State. You'll get to see that once you actually step grounds, and here you're providing a vehicle for them, so they don't have to worry about transportation, and you're giving them the tour. That's valuable in itself right there.
And what's even more valuable is that this program is completely free. So they don't pay for anything. That includes the trip. So when we go to different colleges, spend a night in different towns, we pay for the hotels, we pay for the meals, the activities. Even during the school year, we offer free SAT prep. We offer free tutoring. If the students are ready to apply for college, we'll pay for their application fees. And our goal is to have every single student go to college debt free. So we're going to help them look for scholarships. We're going to tell them about the SEED program and any other grants that they qualify for.
And what does this look like? Because not only do you help the students, you also help the parents as well, whether they be single parents, single mother, single father, or a household with two parents, or a caregiver. You're helping prepare these people in regards to what the financial look is for these kids to go to universities.
Yeah, so I consider Upper Bound Classic a holistic program. So we're here for the students, we're here for the parents, and some of our parents are just as clueless, so we offer workshops and guidance on how they can help their students prepare and be successful in high school and in college. So we'll have different workshops on how to fill out a FAFSA, what the students need to be doing from 9th grade to senior year to prepare for college and so forth. That way they can support them at home.
That's wonderful. And Bobby, how are you helping these students too?
I'm here to support Toni in the Upper Bound program. You asked a question, and I'm not going to age myself, but I participated in a summer enrichment program, and one of the first things I tell our students is I created friends for a lifetime that are still my friends, that I never would have had the opportunity to meet them if I decided to stay home and play football or basketball in the street. So my passion is to help our students learn how to start school, stay in school, and finish school, and have a realistic option of what school is going to allow them and their parents to carry that financial burden.
And how important is to provide our not only inner city youth, but our youth throughout the state of Delaware this type of resource? Because let's face it, one might be at home and might not have that guidance. Like, I just remember growing up, everyone saying, oh, how did you become so structured? How did you know how to put a routine together, make sure you're focused academic-wise, social-wise, getting involved in extracurricular activities. But not everyone has a home to come home to that actually gives them that structure and guidance. But here you're providing that for them.
Yeah, and that's the importance of Upward Bound Classic, because we know that some of our students don't have that family support, so we are their family support. We give them that guidance, that structure that they need, that they may not be getting at home.
That's right. And like Bobby was saying, you form long-time relationships. Sure. I'm still friends with the people who were on the campus as residents. They were in the residence hall with us, and they were considered advisors while we were staying on campus at the University of Delaware. And that was so long ago for me, and I'm still friends with them to this day. And I just remember going to tutoring at different locations, because if you're involved with just your one high school, right, that's all you're going to know. But Upward Bound allows you to mix and mingle with other kids at Christiana High School, at William Penn High School, at Glasgow High School. And that's the one part that I really loved about this program. Like, not only was I meeting other people in other schools because of sports, but now educationally, academically wise, I'm sitting at the desk, I'm tutoring with other kids, my peers in other school districts that I would never get that exposure of.
Right.
And a lot of that has to do with, one of the most important things is how to build a healthy relationship outside your circle to expand your opportunities, and looking at other people's point of views, other people's resources, to gain that different perspective on your life. To go back to a question, a lot of our kids deal with a lot of stuff at home.
They do.
That
some are homeless too.
Right.
the transient population, absolutely. So our first, my biggest thing is to let them know that I care about you, one way or another. If you make an A, B, or C, to meet you where you are, to give you what it takes to change the quality of your life, and to become gainfully employed and have a livable wage at some point in your life. Now, if that's to go to college or to take advantage of, Delaware has some of the best apprenticeship programs in the country, and they're free. So if we could identify the child who's not going to be able to go to the 4-year school, although that's our plan, right? But realistically say, hey, here's a viable option for you to be trained and work in have a skill set where you're going to be able to make a livable wage in 2 years, then that's what we need to do, and direct that child and give them the resources to do that.
That's right, because exposure at the end of the day is what's going to help, and education is what's going to help these high school students learn that there is a possibility out there for them in whatever avenue. Because even with Del Tech, I know some people might think when they graduate from high school, oh, I might not have enough money to attend to a university, but you can go to Del Tech for your first 2 years and then transfer credits to University of Delaware and then graduate from a university.
Right.
So it is possible, but it's just a matter of educating the high school students and the parents as well as
the resources. They have to know the resources that are out there, and that's what Upward Bound is here for, to expose them to that and inform them.
And so how are the kids selected in your program? Is there like a selection process, or do they just call and reach out? How does this work?
So right now we're currently recruiting high school students that are in 9th, 10th, or 11th grade. They have to be low income, so if they qualify for free or reduced lunch, they will qualify for Upward Bound Classic. Or they can be first generation students, so their parents or their guardian has to have an associate's degree or less.
Okay.
Another stipulation is that they have to live or go to school within Christina School District or Colonial.
Okay.
So as long as they live or go to school in one of those districts and are low income or first generation, they qualify for Upward Bound Classic.
Okay. And then do they just simply give you a call? There's an application and it's
So
a vigorous interview?
So they have you have to fill out an application, which you can get online at Delaware Tech's website.
Okay.
And then we'll call the students in to interview them along with their parents. And then that's when we'll make the decision if they're accepted or not, because we want to make sure our students are serious about this opportunity.
Yes, and it's a federally funded initiative.
It is.
And it's not only statewide, but it's also within the nation.
Yes.
All the states have this opportunity, which I think is amazing.
Yes.
And so let's talk a little bit about the gains and benefits. I know we touched a little bit on that, but like, why should a student look into Upper Bound? What are some of the other benefits that we have outside of the tutoring and the college experience and the one-on-one relationships? Why do you think it would be the best interest for someone who has a child?
Touch on that?
I definitely can. I think, the vision of helping them create short and long-term goals.
Okay.
Let's face it, today's microwave generation of I want to put something in the microwave and I want it done immediately.
Right.
Is a lot of our mentality, and especially our children's mentality. So they see it on TV, they want it right away, but they don't understand the work that needs to be put in to get to that point. And I have to go back again that everybody may not be college material or have the resources for that.
Right.
But we help direct them to the appropriate resources. And more than anything, if a child has grown up in a 4-block radius, they can't see outside that 4 block. But if
And they may never.
Right.
Right.
But if I could say, pick up your cell phone, right, and have a child's mind of what it takes to make this cell phone, and where can you work within that industry, and let's figure out how to go back and research the components and where you can get that type of training, then you'll see their eyes open. And then you see them able to reach outside of what they typically see. So we're that support for them, and we're that vision. And more than anything, we're that caring piece outside that circle that they could come talk to. Hey, Mr. Graham, this happened, and what should I do?
That's right. And like you say, there's other opportunities too where you're preparing them for things like their SATs. Like, that's stressful in itself. So
Yes.
trying to figure out how to just take care of that aspect, because you need that to get into college. Your scores are going to be used in regards to how much scholarship money you might get, how much funding you might get from a loan.
Right.
And financial aid. I remember that was a big process, parents not knowing which way to go, how to even apply for that.
Sure.
And that's what we're here for, to direct them and to have workshops. They actually bring their tax forms. We'll help them fill out the FAFSA. We're literally walking the students and their parents through the steps of getting into college and being successful.
Okay. And Toni, you said not only is it throughout the school year, but it's all year round. So what are some programs that you can highlight that are happening like now during the school year, but then also what they can look forward to in the summer?
Yep. So during the school year, we have a student enrichment coordinator go out and meet with the students bi-weekly, like I had said, just to go over their college goals, the college process, making sure they're staying on top of their grades. And then we also have our Saturday academies once a month where we'll take tours of different careers and different businesses. We'll touch base on the scholarship aspect and financial aid, and also go over soft skills, so how to study, how to manage your time correctly. And in between those, we also take college tours during the school year. When it comes to the summer, we have a 6-week summer academy where the students will take the courses that they'll be taking the following academic year. So if they're in 9th grade, they're going to take 10th grade English the summer of Upper Bound, so that they're prepared for the following school year. And we find that prepares them and gets them ready for that school year.
It does. Now, is that still housed at the university, or are they not doing that anymore?
So University of Delaware has Upper Bound Classic, and so does Del Tech. So they're
Okay.
2 different programs.
That is wonderful. I mean, that taught me so much, not about just preparing myself academically and, like I said, socially on campus as well, but curfew. I remember every night we had a curfew, and we would love like to go on Main Street, eat at the different restaurants there while we're also on the university attending the summer program, but knowing that you had to be in at a certain time, and they were not playing with that. So it's like building structure and discipline at such a young age. But the best thing that I like is, a lot of people don't think about summer school. Summer school is for those who need help or didn't do well last year, or might have the possibility of flunking a grade and having to repeat a grade over again. But here you're saying, no, this is an opportunity for these students to really dive into their academics, get ahead of the game.
Right.
I mean, I cannot speak highly enough on how Upper Bound helped me with advanced placement classes. Like my junior year and senior year, I was in all AP classes, but that was because you guys provided the structure and the discipline. And like you were saying, Bobby, the importance of really telling these kids, this is really important. This is what's going to elevate you in life. Rather you pick a trade or a career, wherever you decide to go, this is where it all starts. And that's very important.
Yeah.
So what else would you like to share with us in regards to the students involved with the program and just moving forward with Classic Upper Bound?
Yeah. So what I also want to touch on is Delaware Tech at the Wilmington campus has more than one youth program.
Okay.
We actually have 4 different youth programs for all types of students. So we have Upper Bound Classic, we have Upper Bound Math Science for the students who want to do careers in the math or science field.
Oh, that's big.
We also have STEM Up Delaware for students who want to become medical doctors. And then we also have Choice Not Chance for the students who need to do credit recovery or they just need an after school program to go to. All 4 of those programs are free, and it's all for high school students.
Oh, let's dive in a little bit on that, because these are programs that a lot of minorities may be fearful of tapping into. Science, math. I mean, I know in journalism we didn't have to take, math every single year,
Right.
But here, like, this is your goal. This is what you're focusing on. You're being innovative. You're creating things now. Let's talk about the exposure you're giving to these kids with those programs.
Yeah. So what's nice about the variety of our programs is that it is based off of their career interests. Okay. So with STEM Up, because those students want to become medical doctors, they've gone and seen open heart surgeries.
Wow.
Like they were sitting right there watching the doctors do open heart surgery.
As a high school student.
As a high school student, they're able to shadow the doctors at AI Hospital. When it comes to math science, they're visiting Gore and they're visiting DuPont so they can see if this is actually a career that they want, and they're visiting Pacific colleges that have good math, science, and engineering programs. And Classic is more for general students. They're not good at math, they're not good at science, or they may not know what they want to do yet. So we expose them to everything. And we all collaborate. So I have some students in Upper Bound Classic who want to get into the medical field, but they didn't meet the requirements for STEM Up. So now they're able to shadow STEM Up and go to those open heart surgeries to get a feel of it. So we all collaborate. We work as a team because we see that every single student is important, and we want to make sure that they achieve all their goals.
Wonderful. Yeah. And any last parting words before we go?
We're excited to be here. And I do want to be in that cook-off because I make a great bacon and egg casserole. I just really wanted people to know that.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, but this is an excellent opportunity. And I think Toni just said we covered the whole board. Our biggest gain to me from being in the school district are that we have the students that can do. We have the students that are, behaviorally challenged in some area. But that middle ground of students are our biggest gain to, take us over the top as a country, as a community, for us to be able to provide them the supports. And that's what Upper Bound Classic does.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Bobby, and thank you, Toni, for your time today. Amazing things that you guys are doing with Upper Bound. Continue it, because this is what people need. This is what the kids need. The parents need the guidance as well. So I'm so happy to see that this organization has not lost funding and it has not gone away, and it's here to stay.
Yes, definitely a life-changing program.
Definitely is. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that's all for today. Thank you for watching In Focus. I've been your host, Yesenia Taveras. And on behalf of all of us here at WITN 22, thank you for watching.